Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My channel is called Vril Nation, and to the people who get it, or to the people who know, then you know. And I'm very excited about starting this channel. And just to kind of throw it out there on what this channel is about, it's going to be mainly about politics, esotericism, occultism, all of that sort of stuff. And it's an interesting thing because I've been kind of on the sidelines, behind the scenes on a lot of things for a very long time. And I feel like now is kind of my time to go out there, kind of throw out my knowledge, because there's a lot of people out there saying a lot of stuff and they don't really get that what they're saying isn't really, they're throwing pebbles into a pond and they're surprised that it's not causing the ripple effects they want. But we have to realize that the future that is coming about, it's going to be a very esoteric, it's going to be a very occult like place. There's a lot of reasons for it, but the core part and one of the main things I'm going to be talking about on this channel is astrology. Now, I'm not going to be getting into horoscopes or anything like that. According to my research, no one really knows anything when it comes to that. But when it comes to specific dates, when it comes to people's, your chart, there are a lot of things out there that have been shown to me to be absolute fact. One example is the Pluto return. That was a thing that I heard some people talking about in the background, and then literally on the day of, a lot of things happened worldwide. So astrology is going to be really the root of this channel that we're going to be talking about. That's going to basically provide us a map of what has happened and what is to come. And then beyond that, then we'll be getting into different other things. Probably a little bit more interesting stuff like energy work. Um, you know, Obviously, Vril is a word for energy, chi, ki. All of it is named for life force. We're going to be going into how to work with life force, how to and this isn't like imagination, any of this stuff. All of this stuff, when it comes to astrology, I'm going to be showing you dates and things, and you're going to say, hey, things happened on those dates. That's pretty weird, right? And we're going to keep putting it out there. So you're going to keep saying, hey, this stuff is real. This isn't just, there's a reason why the further back you go in the past, the more this stuff was like, this was the science of the times. Same thing with the energy work. You don't need to imagine anything. You will feel it. You will feel it. And this is a lot of the stuff that a lot of people have been working with for a very long time. It's been very kept secret. There's a lot of reasons for that as well that are will be explained with astrology. But yeah, we're going to be working on Vril. We're going to be going over astrology. There's different other stuff we could do. There's like a lot of Taoists and stuff like that. If you're interested in any of these things, then this is a channel to follow. I'm going to be going over politics because politics and esotericism are always connected. I know a lot of people won't like, they're either political and they think all the esoteric stuff is just nonsense, and then you have some spiritual people that think politics is just nonsense. But really, at the end of the day, with everything that's to come, we need to connect the two, because politics, it should be absolutely connected to esotericism and vice versa. Because if we only focus on one and not the other, then we're missing a key component. We're missing a piece of the puzzle. And with everything going on in the world right now, with all the chaos that is happening and the even greater chaos that's to come, we're going to need something that is going to possibly give us the edge. And that's when the occultism, that's when the energy work, that's when the astrology, all of that stuff gives us an advantage in a materialistic sense. Because again, that's why politics is important. I'm going to use spiritual abilities not only for my own benefit, but for the benefit of me, my people, my family, all of that type of stuff. There's a reason why they need you to think that this stuff is all just nonsense. But yeah, astrology, we're going to be going over energy work. We're going to be going over different types of philosophies, going over religions, different spiritual paths, all that kind of stuff. This is going to be a very occult channel, focusing all that type of stuff. I would like to get really deep when it comes to a lot of things, but at the same time, I do want to kind of keep I definitely want to point to this whole channel. This isn't just like complete chaos and just talking smack about different things, people, stuff like that. It's about showing that this stuff is real, and then looking at the world and from those eyes, and then and then talking about different things, because there's a lot of structures out there, from political structures to religious structures, that when you have knowledge on how things work, you start realizing what this stuff actually is. And let's just say most of it, especially in the West, none of it's actually good, or it doesn't work. It's like you see people and they're on a bike and the tires are flat and they're trying to ride that thing down a mountain, and it's not really working, but these people can't tell because they don't really, it's usually a traditional people that don't know, because again, they're not really, you have to have the mindset of, I'm going to come into this and this stuff is going to work or it's not going to work. So you have to come into this stuff being very, very skeptical, because if you're not, if you come into it thinking, well, this is the way things work or whatever, you're most likely going to get scammed in a spiritual way. I mean, that's the funny thing. You not only see people get scammed financially all over the place, so many scams out there, so many. A lot of legitimate jobs too, pure scams. And then same thing in the spiritual end. There's a lot of these religions are pure scams. They're not real. They can't do what they say they do, or the beings that are a part of it aren't what you think they are. And it's hilarious how it's just pure illusions and pure scams on every single level. That is why we need to gain eyes to see. We need to, all of us, start waking up. We need to pull ourselves out of these trances. We need to take the red pill, and we need to start fixing stuff, because if we don't do that, then the world is only going to get morphed and manifested into what our enemies want. And if you understand what Vril means, then you would understand who I'm talking about. But we'll get there. We'll definitely get there over time. I don't want to get too involved in politics, because that's going to alienate a lot of people. But not to mention, there's a lot of decent people out there with good opinions on things. I don't feel like certain things need to be talked about anymore, because if you know, you know. And there's a lot of people out there that do nowadays. So that's why I'm mainly going to be focusing on the esoteric side of it. But I want to keep it real, though. Like, I'm going to put out practices out there in different videos, and I really hope that you guys practice, because, don't believe what I have to say. Test out what I have to say for yourself. And these are very, very simple stuff. They're like videos, different things like that. Practice this stuff, because all of this, could give you a spiritual path. This could give you something that, I don't know, I guess you could become a real Jedi or whatever it is that you like. But a lot of this stuff is real in that way. And due to astrology and the cycles of how things are, we're going to be moving more in that direction. A lot of things are going to open up that haven't been open for thousands of years. So we're going into exciting times, very chaotic times as well. But that is the nature of the times that we live in. But yeah, welcome to Vril Nation, and I hope to see you on the next video.